Hello everyone! It's Lisa from Lisa's Paint Parties, and we are here on Wednesday night, and tonight we are going to be painting our option for this week. It is our Colourful Octopus. So get ready and we will get started in a little while. So we'll get started a little bit after 6, just to make sure everyone who wants to join in has some time to find this. Before we start as well, just wanted to make sure that if you see any random scammy looking links or asking you for information, do not click them. As I'm painting, if you see them pop up, please see if you can report it in the moment and tell anyone else, just in case, because I don't want anyone to fall victim to creepy scammers. So you're in the right spot. If you can see me, you are in the right spot. Hi Laura, how are you doing? Glad you're joining. I'm so glad to see so many familiar people come on. It's so fun. It's just, yeah, feel free to jump on and say hi. Hey Bonnie, I'm so glad you're joining. I stopped in to see yours for a little bit on Thursday. Really cool, really cool. Bonnie's a fellow painter, and she's in San Francisco, which is very cool. How do you guys like my mug? It's inspired, fun, right? I love Van Gogh. I have there's a video of Van Gogh inspired one from a couple weeks back. Super fun. So if you guys are a Van Gogh fan like I am, definitely check it out. It was super fun. Hi Deborah. Hi Mary. Hey Tracy. Absolutely. So this is what we're going to be doing today. So this is our inspiration image. Here we go. So as I've told you guys before, I do get all my images, all the inspirations from online. So I do Google searches and I see what I like. Sometimes we find different paintings, sometimes there's photos, and we do our own versions of the inspirations. So I want you guys to see that painting, you can do anything. You can look at any image, you can do whatever you want, you can change it up. Painting is super accessible and fun to do. So we're going to be taking our inspiration from this cool guy. This one got a big chunk of the vote last week, or this week I should say. There was another one that was really popular too. There was a diver surprise, which was like a green background and it's like a black silhouette of like an octopus with like a little diver being like, ah. So if you want to incorporate some of those elements, some people were saying maybe put the diver into this image. So think about how you would want to do that. So you can definitely make it your own. I'm gonna stick with the idea of keeping that black canvas. So I think we should start off with that. So if you guys want to paint your canvas black, I suggest let's do that right now. Or if you want any other like solid background color, let's do that first. So we can get started right away with that. We do want that to dry fully. So let's do that if you want to, and then we'll go from there. So I think I will stick with the black this time. I'm gonna make sure my coffee isn't where I'm gonna put my paintbrushes, because you know that's happened before. So I'm using a canvas board like I normally do. It's 11 by 14. I've been debating if I want to do it portrait style or landscape, and I haven't fully decided yet, to be honest. This image is, I guess it's more portrait technically, but it's more square, like it's a bit square-ish. So anyways, I'm gonna just kind of change it up. I think I'm gonna go landscape. And then like always, the paint colors I have all of my dollar store painteroonies. So we got our red, our yellow, and our blue, and we have white and we have black, and those are the main ones, and they're just basic dollar store paints. I also have my paintbrushes, so I have a few sizes, but particularly we have a large, a medium. Oh, there they are. I thought maybe they would leave us alone this week, but no. Oh, he's fast. I block you. There you go. Yeah, those are all scam links. Don't click it. This is the paint party. Okay, so these are all in relation to my canvas size. So just whatever canvas size you're using, get like something that's a bit bigger, a medium, and a fine. That's kind of what I use. I have a few other ones, another medium one that's like a soft brush. All my brushes as well are from the dollar store, with the exception of ones that I've had since I was maybe like 16 from a fancy paint store. But that's about that. I also have some other paint colors too, so if you have some other ones, I have this nice turquoise color that I might throw in, because a lot of the like the suckers on there are really, ooh, another guy, here we go. I block you, okay. Are really bright and vibrant. On this one, actually, from what I can tell, it looks like they're using like a glow in the dark or like a neon paint. So if you have that, cool. We're just gonna have this kind of like colorful feeling. Cool? Awesome. So, like I said, let's start just getting it nice paint coat black. You may want to have 2 paint containers, because once you start doing your black paint, your paint will be unusable. Water will be unusable. So you have to either switch it up or go from there. Awesome. And there's another person. Wow, they're strong today. They're like, we're gonna get her. We're getting someone. Yeah, don't click on any of those links. I'm blocking them all as I go, so don't click on them. It just sucks, because then I can't see like comments that you guys are writing. Like, what the heck? As soon as we start painting though, they usually leave, so. So we'll let them try to do their thing, but we're not gonna fall for that. So don't click on any links. This is the paint party right here. All right, so, oh, can I set this up a little better? There we go. Let me just tilt you down slightly. Okay, so, yeah, so I'm gonna do this landscape. There we go. Fantastic. Oh, great. They are on a roll, Mary, I know. Oh, nice. Yeah, Bonnie, I love the octopus. I have a tattoo, actually, of an octopus. It's my favorite. And Bonnie was just saying that she's just done a paint night with succulents. That's super fun, too. We did like we did one a little while back with some, what were they, cactus? They're really cute. They're really fun to do, too. Hi, Jennifer. Yeah, my Bob Ross. He's my trusty mascot. He's my guy. It looks a little fuzzy. But I wonder if it's just him. Okay, so we're going to try this out and see how it goes. So I have my black paint, and let's just get it on this. Okay, I do want it to be pretty opaque. So I want it to, I don't want to put water on the canvas, so let's not do that. I just want to get black paint on this canvas. Okay, so I am going to just put it on my palette. We're going to use quite a bit. Alternately, you could, honestly, at this point, you could just like squirt the paint right onto your canvas itself and then just like spread it out, because we're going to use a lot to cover it up. You don't want it to have like super thick though, because it will take a very long time to dry. And for anyone who's joining for the first time, or just to remind you guys, all the paint parties are available for free, and all the videos are up on the Lisa's Paint Party site on Facebook. So they'll be up there. So if you find that I'm going too fast or I'm going too slow, you can go either way, and then you can always watch them at your own pace at any time in future. Or if you want to check out other ones we've done before, they're all there. Getting paint out of this container is proving to be a tricky task. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, my paint's drying up. All right, let's just get it on here. All right, let's get black on here. So I want to, I'm going to try to be as like similar-ish to the original image as possible. Since I'm going to be doing it in this landscape, I do want the tentacles to, I want to be able to see more of them. Have they stopped? There's been no other scammers right now. Maybe once they see that I've started painting, they're like, oh, clearly no one else will fall for it. No, I don't know. I don't know how they think. Anyways, so yeah, so let's just get this fully covered. And I'm doing black, but if you wanted to do a different color, you can totally do that. So you can make it all solid of a different color. You can really do whatever you want. If you want to make a gradient, do it up. Whatever floats your boat. I'll be making all nautical puns tonight, so be prepared. I love puns. They are really, really funny to me. Not so much for a lot of other people, but that kind of makes them funnier. All right. Hi, Patty. Okay, so if you guys are just joining, we're just gonna get our base coat, background coat onto our canvas. And again, I'm doing black like the inspiration image, but you can do whatever you want. And I'm just putting the paint right on the canvas. I'm not watering it down at all, just black paint. This is the boring part. It's raining here. I opened my window, but I don't know if you guys can hear it. It was raining really hard just before I started the live. It was sounding really nice. But I think we can just hear traffic on the highway now. It's not as exciting. Earlier today it was raining and the sun was out. My son had never seen that before. He was very impressed. He was like, oh my gosh, a rainbow! We might be able to see one. I guess he equated it. Like, if it happens that way, then you're definitely going to see a rainbow. We didn't, unfortunately, see a rainbow. But it was really cute to hear him get all excited about it. He was very shocked, though. He was like, how is it raining when it's sunny? So weird. I was like, yeah, kind of strange. But it happens. My mom would say, and I think it was, I don't know if it's like just like a Portuguese thing or if other people have heard this saying, but my mom would say that her relatives would say that when it rains, when the sun's out, that's when the nuns get married. I don't know. I don't know what that means, but kind of random. It's like God is crying, but he's happy or something. I'm not exactly sure. One of those like old weird tale things. I guess maybe it makes more sense in Portuguese. I'm not sure. Awesome. So I'm just trying to cover it all up, and I'm just kind of going and like, yeah, just really make it nice and black. You'll notice that I'm just kind of doing some X's and stuff, just trying to feel like getting more coverage that way. I don't want it to show the paint lines at all. Like I don't want to see the streakiness of it. So if anything, if it has like any patterns, I'd rather it look like X's or something. Like I don't want it to be super like straight lines. Tracy, yes, I am using a canvas board. I use canvas boards because they are easy to store. And I'm a little weird, and even though I paint every week, I can't get to the point of like repainting over an old picture. I know a lot of people who do paint nights do just for the heck of, you know, because they do things often, but I can't do it yet. Maybe one day. So this just helps in cost because they're cheaper. You'll notice a theme with me. Cheap supplies, but beautiful art. Yeah, no, just everyone can do it. That's really what it comes down to. But also the storage factor is pretty big. I also am really liking it because if I want to frame it, we found frames like even at like Goodwill or yard sales or whatnot, and you can just like pop this in without much of an issue. So that's really nice too. And then you don't have to worry about like dust settling on the actual canvas. So a couple of my other canvas are like that. They have some nice layers of dust. All right. Okay, so I have a nice, and it's covered pretty well right now. And and remember to paint your sides as well. So paint the sides of the canvas. I didn't do the bottom because I don't want, my finger's already black anyways, but I was trying to avoid getting more paint on my fingers. So I'm going to let this dry, and once it dries more, then I'll be able to see if there's any gaps that I want to fill out before we continue on. I'm just going to rinse out my brush as well. I don't like to leave paint sitting on it. Oh man. There we go. All right. Perfect. Yeah, I guess that's good. I guess once we actually start painting, they back off and we don't get those scammers. Come on, that's good. That's good. That makes me happy. Okay, so as it's drying, I'm just washing off my brush, trying to take the black paint off of it. I'm gonna have to get rid of that paint water because it's pretty dark. Ah. Anyone tuning in now is like, what are they painting? Just black on canvas? What's going on? Anyone who's not sure, we are going to be doing our version of this image here. Also, if you haven't already, you might want to grab a screenshot of this image that so you can have it as reference as we go through, just in case you are painting quicker or slower or whatever. So just can help in the process. So we can make sure that you can follow along and just take a look and see. Okay. Zuzu's asking if I have black canvas, do I need to prep it? I would say no. For this one, it's not necessary. If you have black canvas, you can keep it as is. I would only like put a layer of paint on it if you didn't want, like if you wanted it to look painted. Do you know what I mean? So it's up to you, whatever you would prefer, okay? But if you're fine with the canvas look, then that's fine. I would probably just leave it, to be honest, if I had a black canvas. How do you get rid of pencil lines, more layers of paint? Yeah, so you can, depending on the paint as well, it will, help. So like some of it is a bit more opaque than others. So sometimes you don't need as many layers. That is what I tend to do. So yeah, so I would probably go that route. The other option too, Cindy, is depending on what you're going to use, you might want to use, like, for example, we're going to do we're using it on black. So if you had chalk instead of pencil, you could potentially use chalk instead just to get an image, and that would come off a lot easier. Depending. I mean, like last week when we had the Maritime Special Delight? I can't remember the name of it. That one we penciled in first. And I couldn't imagine doing that in like chalk first. The pencil was necessary. Okay, so right now, just gonna let it dry out because we want it to be pretty dry before we start. Otherwise the black will pick up, which we do have some nice gray variations on here, so that's not too bad, but I do want the, here you go, Sharon, here you go. But I do want to start outlining it in white paint to get the flow on. There we go. So you can do a screenshot of this image right here, or you can grab it from the post from yesterday, the winning post, or I put it on the event page as well. Yeah, so mine's still pretty wet. I don't know if you can see there, but it's like, it looks wet. It's like shiny. So I'm just gonna wait until it's more of a matte black, and then we'll be able to continue. So if you guys just continue to wait until it dries off a bit more. If yours is already dried, the next step will essentially be to plot in where you want your octopus to live on your canvas. And again, you can kind of follow it similarly to the image that we see, or you can change it up, right? So the tentacles can go any which way you want. Remember that there should be 8 tentacles, so I wouldn't put more than that unless, again, you want to make it totally different. Make it a totally different creature of the sea that we don't know. That's completely fine too. So yeah, it's up to you. But if you want to do an octopus, it'd be 8 tentacles. Just keep that in mind. I forgot who it was. I think it was Terry, if I remember correctly. I think she mentioned one of the paintings, one of the inspiration images that we had this week had like way more tentacles than an octopus has. So it was kind of funny because I was like, oh yeah, I didn't catch that actually. Patty. So Patty's asking, what would you suggest washing your brushes when you're finished? So what I tend to do, and she says she heard Palmolive was good. I would agree. I think Palmolive would be fine to do it. Honestly, I just tend to rinse them in water and take all the paint off of them with just water. And that's how I've been doing it. So I would say if there's still some paint left, or if you want to make sure you get a good cleaning out of it, I think that would work just fine. Like a household soap would be fine. As long as you just need to get all the paint off the brush. Don't let the acrylic paint, oh my gosh, can I speak today? Don't let the acrylic paint dry on your bristles, because that will ruin your brush. So if they're cheap ones, like the dollar store ones that I get, then you don't have to worry too much. But for this, the health of the planet, let's try to be good about that. All right, cool. So mine's still pretty wet, but as most of you know, I get a little impatient waiting. So I'm gonna start painting and then probably get annoyed that it's not looking exactly the way I want it, but that's okay. So I'm gonna get my white paint, because I'm gonna use the white to outline where I want my octopus to go. I love this, guys. It's so fun. Okay. And which brush? So pick either your medium size or your fine brush, whichever one you, I guess, like better and have more control of, and you feel like you can get a nice flow with. With this particular image, you'll see if you're trying to make it similar in look to this, you can really see the lines of it, and they're not super opaque, the white. So don't stress too much if, again, it depends what you want to do it. If you want to have it looking like this, then you can kind of just stroke over, and if it doesn't give you an opaque line, that's fine. It's really up to you. They kind of use that technique to outline things that are closer. They have more of an opaque white line versus things that are further away. They've kind of used a light gray, or just let the brush kind of slide off. So again, just to take a look to see how they've created this image. And then we could apply those techniques depending what you would prefer. Oh my gosh, I thought there was a spider on me and I almost freaked out. There's no spider, we're good. Okay, so which brush is my friend today? I think I'm gonna do this one. We'll see, I might switch up. So I'm using my medium, but more of a softer bristle. Okay, and I'm just gonna get some pure white paint on it, okay? And with this, again, I'm using it on this, I'm going to do a landscape version. And I think I'm going to put his head more here. So not fully in the center, but a little bit to the side, because I do want to see more of the tentacles kind of come out. So that's where I'm going to start. I'm going to start with placing where his head's going to be. And the head is kind of like an oval, I guess. Almost an oval. Kind of a weird, odd oval shape. So we're just gonna create, it's it looks kind of as if you're writing a weird D, I guess. And we're gonna bring this part up like this. I'm just gonna plot in where we want certain things. So there's an ear here. An ear? I don't know if it's an ear. So obviously it's still a little wet, but I'm gonna just go with it. If I wanted to make it a bit more white after, I can. And this kind of goes down into a tentacle. Okay. But it curves up. So this tentacle kind of comes down, but they are thicker, and then they become thinner. So they are thicker, and then they get thinner as they come to the end. Okay. So there's one. So mine kind of curved. So I just have it coming out, but then I have it kind of crossing on top. And it may not live exactly like this. This kind of was a little bit funky. We're just using black and white, so it's really easy to fix your mistakes as well. So don't worry if you do something and you really dislike the way it looks. It's okay, because we can easily correct it. Okay, so there's another one that's coming this way. There we go. like a funky S shape. Curvy Q out. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of outline. And as I do it, I'm gonna try to get thicker as it gets closer to where it came from. Okay. Okay. So where else do we want? So we want another one to kind of come this way. Okay. Okay. There's another one coming down off the canvas. Okay, that gives a nice curly Q. And there's another like curly Q that kind of lives here. And what else are we doing here? And then I'm going to continue this one. There's one that goes that way. Okay, and another one that comes down. Okay, and then this one kind of comes down and then it circles upwards like that. Okay. Another one, and then one to come out. So this one I haven't made the curly Q that comes back around, so we're gonna do that. So it just kind of curls. So then we kind of want to do the end where it curls on top, whatever's like in the front of it. And then it comes around that way. I'll probably want to do my more detailed brush, but I took a chance. I'm probably gonna get my detailed one and fix it up a little bit, but it's all good right now. Okay, and there's the other curly Q. So just have fun with them. And if it doesn't turn out the way you want it to, it's okay, because we can fix it up. Like this one, for example. I don't know what I did there. We just had him on its own right there. It's all good. So yeah, so there's a few little lines here that I'm not super crazy about, and over here as well, and that's okay, because you're going to be able to fix that up. So if you do that too, do not worry. If you don't like it at all, like let's say you put it in the white and you're looking and you're like, oh, I don't like it, just wait till it dries and then repaint black all over it, and then you can start again if you want to. Or you can take a look, and if there's certain things you don't like let's say one of them doesn't look right, all you'll need to do is, like for example here it looks a bit funky, so I do need to put more black on here because I did use it all up. Okay, so like there looks a little bit funky, so all I'm going to do is going to basically erase it with black, like that. Let it dry fully, and then I'm just gonna fix up the line to make it look nicer. So if there's any other spots that you're like, ooh, I don't really dig it, you can kind of do the same thing too. So like this line here, for example, I'm not like super fan of it. So that one's gonna come, oh, there we go. Okay. Here too is a little, sometimes the strokes on the white just didn't look the way I wanted them to.